revolution, because we don't have to have the revolution to have solution. We're not going to get it from the government. We, the people, have to assert this, and this is why I propose this, mandate. Mandate means this is what the people are dictating is the law that the government has to abide by. The terms of this mandate are severe. We actually are allowing absolutely no tolerance whatsoever to deviate from the strictures of this mandate whatsoever. So, in fact, it puts every member of government who fails to expedite this into existence, and we give them a deadline, they're all guilty of treason.
Already?
Every one of them. They already are. But they are formally guilty of treason on a whole slew of accounts. And this mandate, its form is not that of what you're accustomed to in law. It's a proof of the crimes against us in this obfuscation of the currency, down to the fact of establishing an undefiable legal means to resolve the debt of this country in the stroke of a pen. And the mandate actually provides each person to do so, to save yourself from foreclosure. Now, these sound like far-fetched ideas until you listen to the careful articulation of every detail of how we account for each of these things. But there's actually a legal argument, and there's a paper I've had online for many years, which is the original proposition that it's a basic revision, repackaging of the proposition that I provided the Reagan administration in campaign in 1979 of how to convert any central banking system into mathematically perfected economy in a day. And basically, it's a way of resolving all this artificial indebtedness in the very form that it's created, leaving open the way. If the banks want to challenge us, we'll take them to court, or they can take us to court. And that's in fact an argument that the banks never want the world to hear. I don't believe they'll ever even challenge it. If the people sign this mandate in numbers, government will return to us immediately. In fact, the mandate.
Think they'll let go that easily?
Well, actually, the mandate compels our military forces to remove them from office and to hold immediate elections.
Now we're talking.
If they don't,
people want to hear this.
Yes. If they don't meet our deadline, or if they don't respond when the signatures reach a certain level, they're over. They're toast. They're history.
Now that would require the cooperation of the alphabet agencies, the Secret Service, the CIA. They would require the cooperation of the military.
If we don't have that, we don't have a country. Right. I've endured the kinds of security attempts to breach security, which bespeak covert operations of sophisticated intelligence operations of whatever countries I wouldn't even know. I know for a fact that China follows my work. I know for a fact they do.
Well, they'll be downloading your this broadcast.
Well, they
have Chinese.
They very well may. They've missed the
Chinese
boat
members
so far because they could have talked to me. I'm willing to have open discussions with any country in the world.
India too.
The thing is,
you're talking about a military coup d'état?
Oh no.
No, that's not what we're.
No,
I'm just clarifying for the
what I'm saying is, they have to go into Congress and escort every member out and put them in jail.
A provisional military government until we have new elections?
Oh, no. They have to hold elections immediately, and we even explicitly define how the elections are to be held, how they're confirmable by the people, You vote in blocks of 5 people, and every block has a captain, and every member of the block has the same ability to query the recorded results of the block. And then there's outer tiers of so many blocks of so many voters and so many. So what happens when you have an election is you call your friends and you verify their ballot. Ballots are matters of permanent voting record from now on. You verify that, and one reason that we have to do this is because of the way that we have to fund things from now on. If you vote for it to be funded in that way, fine. You consume of it, you're one of the payers. And it has to specify how the costs are distributed amongst the people who pay for it by consuming of it. So
we might as well go. You're talking about going to the fair tax or flat tax.
No, the people who come up with these ideas, Huckabee and all that, they're just stealing further ideas, throwing them out
from
there
other people,
as if
right.
Yes, as if they're gonna, the fair tax. That's another thing we outlaw. No more naming of laws. I'm serious. No child. Anything that has a name on it that's a law is the opposite of what the name is. No Child Left Behind is designed to have you vote for it as if no child would be left behind. Oh, that's a terrible thing. We're leaving children behind. Whatever does that even mean? The laws have to have titles which explicitly refer to exactly what they are without equivocation. It's treason to do otherwise.
Well, can you see an impetus? I mean, the kind of pressure and the kind of corruption that's going on right now. The people are literally, an armed insurrection, we would just be wiped out by the people that are listening to us right now at DHS and CIA. They would just send in paramilitary forces, Northcom, and wipe us out.
Well, that's
how do we make this happen?
There's no reason to throw a brick through a window or anything.
Right.
We're talking about with a stroke of a pen.
You'd need the cooperation of the Attorney General, the Inspector General, Congress.
Well, listen. Here's what it comes down to. You want a simplified explanation of it. Either they accept this mandate without resistance, without debate.
Right.
They don't. We are denying them any authority, whatever, even to debate it. They stand for it or they stand against it, and if they stand against it, they're guilty of treason. Okay? Now, true, the military may never abide by the obligation that we're bestowing upon them.
Defending the Constitution.
District attorneys might not support us in the rights that we claim. These are the things that revolutions always risk, that the powers that be will not yield to us or will resist. But who are they to fight?
Willingly.
Who are they to fight us? And then if the military were to attack, this is one reason we cannot rise in military insurrection against against the existing government. We're not even going to carry arms, because if we give them an excuse to shoot us and a cause to shoot us, yeah, they will. And then we'll be denied government, and they'll decide to renew creditworthiness for a while, so we can suffer a further cycle of the same course to terminal failure and complete dispossession.
Isn't that where the welfare, food stamps, unemployment, the entitlement system is? That's just to keep the revolution under the kettle. That's just to keep the insurrectionists from fighting back and just dumbing them down and keeping them just surviving.
Yeah, so and it ratchets down that ideal that we seek of freedom, and and it destroys the will of the people.
The will.
The longer that you're on that, the more destroyed you are.
The less pride you have, the less dignity you have.
Yes, and the less willing you are. You start to think, well, I can live like this, and you can.
And accept it. You accept it.
You can, but the thing is, all around the world, there are so many things that are going on now that if the people really knew the degree of corruption that was preventing, valuable green energy technology from being ever implemented across the earth for 15, 20 years straight. And why? So a handful of politicians could dip their hand in the kitty,
oil money,
deeper than you can ever imagine. Yeah, oil money would be another reason, you see. But that isn't what the free markets are determining to do. That isn't what the people are determining to do. That isn't, what we're restricted to isn't the limitations of our capabilities. You see, we're Americans. We solved problems like this before. We're no longer.
That's what we're here for.
We're no longer the country that we used to be. So we have to rise to the occasion, and mathematically perfected economy and absolute consensual representation are indispensable to achieving the vital objective of mere survival of the very idea of a republic.
Amen.
Next week's program concludes this discussion in a session elaborating on the parameters of actual monetary and political solution. Thanks so much again for listening. It's an honor to be heard regarding probably the most vital matter of our time.